Hello, everybody. I have got a very quick New Game Plus or Continue Plus guide here for Chrono Cross. Being that I've finished my playthrough, I figured that would be a good time to make a video for this. So what you have here is I beat the game at 48 stars. It doesn't actually really matter what ending you get. As long as you watch the entire credits roll, the game will ask you whether or not you want to save. So obviously, when you save your game there, you'll see your star total is highlighted in yellow, and that's basically completion data. Now, when you reload that data, it will ask you whether or not you want to do New Game Plus or Continue Plus. Now, a New Game Plus starts the game basically right at the very, very beginning, and gives you almost all of your inventory from the previous playthrough. Now, however, I'm going with a Continue Plus here, which basically acts the same way. It just brings up the star count to wherever you were, or basically it wipes out the original data's star count and replaces it with your current star count. So that's kind of interesting because there's I would say a really good part in the game to do a Continue Pluses on. And that's right around the 40 star mark, just because from that point on you can actually have the Chrono Cross in your inventory, and you can actually pull your characters between the saves. So what I mean by that, I'm actually going to show you guys right here. Again, it actually takes the Chrono Cross, so you have to go to the Divine Dragon Falls, there's 2 pedestals there, and I believe it's in the home world. Don't quote me on that though, I can't actually remember. But go to the Divine Dragon Falls, put the Tear of Love on one pedestal and the Tear of Hate on the other, and that will form the item, the Chrono Cross. Not only is it an item that will go into your key items, it also acts as an element. The fact that it's an element isn't that important, other than if you want to use it in the end or the final battle to get the best ending in the game. Otherwise, the other use for it, I'm actually going to show you guys. Actually, so technically there's 2 more uses. One of them is to actually recruit Kid at the very end of the game, or towards the end of the game, I should say. Actually, basically right at the 40 star point. So, that way you can get her back into your party for the final time. And then this is the third and final use of the Chrono Cross. And what this is going to do, if you do a Continue Plus onto other data, basically, if by using the Chrono Cross right here, it'll pull the characters from your original save into the current game. So what does that all mean for you? Well, if you took we'll just say you used, like I did, I went with Nikki as my initial guide into Viper Manor, and then I went with the Don't Save Kid questline, which gives you Glenn, Matcha, and I forget who the third person is, because I'm bad. Anyways, there's the third person that you get. Wow, I'm terrible. My memory is crummy. Anyways, so that's 4 characters. Now, if you do a New Game Plus, you could do that. Otherwise, what I did was I had a save at or just before the Viper Manor break-in. And what I did then was do a Continue Plus onto that file, and then chose, I believe Pierre was my second choice, and then I went with the Save Kid route, which gets you Korcha, Rasley, and Mel, I believe it is. So that is almost all of the characters. There's other points in the game that you need to you need to Continue Plus off of in order to get to the total, or to get all of the members in the game. But basically, all you really have to do then is, we'll just say again, if you Continue Plus right before Viper Manor, choose a different guide. Basically, then immediately you come to Opasa Beach here, use the Time Egg, fight the Devourer of Time again, beat the game, resave your game, and then actually you can do a Continue Plus onto that data again just before Viper Manor. Choose the third guide for that point, and then you can either continue on from then, or save your game, beat it, and or beat the game, beat the time devour, and then use a continue plus again at a different point in the game. Again, at some point you need to choose a save kid path as well as a don't save kid path. And then the final and last time you need to do that is you have to use it at some point that you still have Harl in your party. So basically do a continue plus onto a save where Harl is in your party, beat the game, and then do a continue plus again or a new game plus, get the Chrono Cross, and then use the Chrono Cross in Sprig's home in order to pull her into the current file. So that is basically the gist of it. It's actually really easy once you get the hang of it and once you kind of understand. Basically, really all you need to do is, especially for the Viper guide, is to have that file saved, just before you obtain that character, and then just immediately beat the game, which then will allow you to pull that character into a continue plus and whatnot. So the final thing I want to mention about that is basically there's a couple of items that won't transfer over. The Master Mune is one of them. The Blue Brooch, Einlanzer, really any item that's like and actually all of the key items. Basically, any item that can't or is a key item or used in the story in some way. And then on top of that, there's a couple of elements that won't carry over either if you have them equipped on your character when you beat the Time Devourer. So I'm not going to compile an entire list for that. I don't feel like it's all that important. Just know that there are certain elements that will not carry over if you have them equipped at the end of the game. So again, keep that stuff in mind. Other than that, this whole thing is pretty easy. If you want to get to 99 stars and have really, really good growth for all of your characters, what I recommend doing is beating the game once, but have a file saved at 40 stars. That should be, right before or right as Terra Tower rises, and right before you fight the jellyfish. And by doing that, you can actually keep doing continue pluses at that point in the game. Keep in mind, though, you really want to have all of the characters on your save file using the method that I walked you guys through there a little while ago. And by doing that, you'll have all the characters. You'll be at that 40-star point again in the game. And then all you have to do is basically beat the jellyfish, do your leveling or whatever you want to do, and then beat all of the bosses in Terra Tower. And then beat the Time Devourer, save your game. That'll be your new clear data with what does it end up being, like 8 stars more. So you'd be at 56 stars, and then basically just repeat the process until you get to 99. Now I feel like that's the best way to build up your characters because again, at that point you'll have all your characters. If you've done this correctly. And thus all of those characters will be around for the rest of the stars for the rest of the game. So that's my recommendation anyway. I believe every single one of my characters ended up at exactly one stat point. I should say no more than one stat point below what their projected stats were, other than Pip, who has a bug where his stats don't change, unfortunately. So I should say he never gets different projections of his stats due to his evolution. So he's supposed to get better stats based on his evolutions, but there's a bug and he just doesn't. So anyways, what I'm doing here is doing continue pluses at different points in the game here just to show you good spots. Now this one is the one right before you pick what you want to do with Kid. So if you decided to or if you chose to save Kid for your first playthrough, a good idea is to your first playthrough, save right here, and then don't overwrite this file. And that goes for a lot of the other points in the game, like I had outlined earlier. You want one save before Viper Manor, one save before your choice here in Goldove, and then another really good save is at some point while you've got Harl, and then I would say a fourth really good save to keep is at the 40th star. And again, that's just for the purposes of having all your characters together in order to build your stats. Now, I'm just going to whip through the dialogue here. This isn't relevant information, but I would say that that's my basis and what I choose to do for my New Game Pluses. You don't have to do it that way if you just want to cruise through a game, and not worry too much about your star growth and whatnot. You can just do a New Game Plus and then play through the game, I guess in a powered up state, which is, kind of fun. The only thing I would recommend, though, for sure, is if you've got the Master Mune in your main playthrough, to make a Spectral Swallow at the end of that playthrough, because you will not have the Master Mune for the New Game Plus. So I guess that's all I really got. I hope this guide was helpful and informative, and hope, as always, you join me for more videos. All right, thanks for watching.